know, I put in my 2 weeks.
Go read that! You better not. Hi, y'all, and welcome back. I have my commentary cutie over here, apparently only for the next 2 weeks. So
What's up? Get used to it.
I think I'm gonna fire her before the 2 weeks up, so she can't get a severance pay.
You can't fire somebody once they put in their 2 weeks.
I can say I don't need you to work these 2 weeks. Thank you.
You can say that, but it won't be considered legally a fire. Anyways, continue. They don't even.
He said she works in corporate America. You got something to say?
No, I don't got nothing.
This is going to be a short, quick, cute little... I love you. Oh. My partner, male, 35, has not spoken to me, female, 31, for 7 days.
Why we
live together.
Why we didn't know their ages, though?
I think age gives context. Because if they would have said, like, 20, 21, I was like, oh, y'all are young, new relationship, blah, blah, blah. But at your big age of 35, we live in the same house and you're not speaking to me?
Thank you for that.
Crazy. Okay. My partner, 35, has not spoken to me, female, 31, for 7 days. And we live together. Sounds like a tragedy. Hi everyone, I'm struggling and need advice. My partner, together 2.5 years, living together for 6 months, all growing pains. And I have a generally amazing relationship. We laugh constantly, have a great life, share hobbies, trips, and our dog. I genuinely see him as my future. Okay. Over the past few months, we've had a few arguments. They usually stem from me expressing self-doubt or anxiety, which he says is frustrating or negative. I'm not laughing at this person. I'm laughing at other things. He has never been abusive before. Wait, it's not funny no more. He's never been abusive before, but his way of coping seems to be withdrawing completely. I have never been told I'm negative before in my life, and I'm a fairly confident person. I do like myself. I think I'm great, period. But like any human, from time to time, I have self-doubt and express frustration to get it off my chest. Background on previous arguments. Argument 1. I didn't ask him to drive me when I was hungover because I didn't want to disrupt his work. He said my people-pleasing is a problem and didn't speak to me for 4 hours.
How dare he?
How is that a
people-pleasing moment?
Let me read it. I'm trying to find the people-pleasing. Give me a second. I didn't ask him to drive me when I was hungover because I didn't want to disrupt his work. He said my people-pleasing is a problem and didn't speak to me for 4 hours. Is he saying that you're a people-pleaser because you didn't want to disrupt his work? So you being kind and considerate is considered people-pleasing?
There you go, considerate. I was thinking of the word.
Yeah, that's people-pleasing? No? That's news to me. But also his response is, I wouldn't ask you for anything either because everything I say is like...
And how you make it seem like he was inconvenient and he wasn't?
And then you didn't talk to her for
Yeah, he wasn't.
But you didn't talk to her for 4 hours after that? That's just argument 1. Argument 2. While playing a sport like we both do, I expressed frustration about not being very good. He got very upset, saying my negative feelings affect him and that he wasn't sure he wanted to be with me. After that, he ignored me for 2 days. Okay.
I feel like at this point we don't need to continue this story. He does not like the relationship, and
he don't like you.
And he's just trying to find a way to break up with her at this point.
Is he a hobosexual?
Oh, I want to go to that point.
No, not homo. Hobo.
What's a hobosexual?
Hobosexual. I'll put it on the screen for Urban Dictionary. It basically means he homeless but needs somewhere to stay. So he gonna be with you because you got the roof. I don't see this in this, but is this what happening?
No, I just feel like he realized that he don't like her and he's trying to find ways to argue with her and break up with her.
Yeah, and it's like gaslighting. Or maybe he's always had these tendencies. You've been with him for 2.5 years. I've only lived together for 6 months. Maybe you're seeing it front facing because y'all are so close to each other now. It's harder to hide who you actually are when you're with somebody nearly 24/7.
Facts. Okay, continue because we judging too early.
Okay, now I don't think so. Current conflict. Last weekend at a festival, I jokingly asked if he hated a hairstyle I got. He said it was awful and asked, okay. Last weekend at a festival, I jokingly asked if he hated a hairstyle I got. He said it was awful and to ask and again criticized my self-esteem. That night, he left me for a bit and the next day didn't speak to me. On Monday, I texted him at work to check in, and he replied with a long text saying he wasn't sure about the relationship. This is gaslighting and manipulation at its finest, girl. After I tried to talk when I got home, we got into a huge argument. After trying to explain my side, he wasn't listening at all and sat on his phone for the entire conversation. I removed the phone from his hand, not violently, and said, "Please, will you listen to me?" He told me to pack a bag and leave, threw my keys, slammed doors, and said some very hurtful things. I've never seen him act like that before. It's now 7 days later, and he's mostly still silent. Some examples: sleeping in a spare bedroom, not accepting the meals I make, not opening my texts, but active in our group chat, still taking care of our dog, occasionally doing kind things like buying food or making coffee for us, still has our photos, cards, and mementos around the house. Girl, this is emotional manipulation. And I'm going to need you to stand up. I'm going to need you to get a shiny new spine and use that and dip. Why? Okay. I'm completely anxious and feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I don't want to push him while he's in this headspace, but I also feel stuck because I don't know whether he's done with the relationship or just needs time. The mixed signals, still caring in some ways, but not talking at all, are incredibly painful. I'm worried that if I give him space, he might drift further away. That shouldn't be a worry. Mm-mm. But I also don't want to escalate things by pushing for answers. I can't move out right now to give him more space due to our dog and other practical reasons. Also, this is my home too. I think this is an avoidant anxious clash. How do I navigate the situation? First comment. My partner and I have a genuinely amazing relationship, goes on to describe an immature, abusive hellscape. Mm. I unfortunately have to agree with this comment. This relationship does not seem like it is worth fighting for. If your partner can go days without speaking to you, then that's not the partner for you. If your partner is constantly yo-yoing between wanting to be with you and not wanting to be with you, most likely he doesn't want to be with you, and he's throwing these at you because he quote-unquote says that you're negative, but he knows that you're going to take this and you're going to stress out about it while he's going to enjoy all the fruits of you being stressed out. You're making his meals still? I'm sorry. Still? Commentary cutie, what do you think?
I still say what I said. He literally doesn't like the relationship, and he's trying to find ways to sabotage it instead of just saying, "Hey, I don't think this is working out for us anymore," and saying what's really on his mind. Because he's saying a lot of hurtful things, but yet you're still making coffee for her and buying food. Like, you're just stringing her along. That poor girl.
Yeah, and it seems like you're buying and you would think he's being nice by buying food, which is honestly bare minimum. You both have to eat. That's not a nice thing. He's doing what he's supposed to, which is keeping food in the house like you would. But you're cooking the meals.
Hey, y'all got a whole fur baby together.
Okay, some of the comments. Some people don't know how bad things are because it's the best they've experienced so far.
True.
And for me, this woman is 31 years old. I'm a year older than her. One. And this might be the best she's experienced so far. That is incredibly disheartening.
But that's true, unfortunately. Some people haven't experienced that.
Yeah.
And I heard it's ghetto out here.
Yeah, I heard it was trenches. I got another comment. So true. I married the first guy I dated way too young. He was quite abusive. After I finally got the courage to leave, I eventually started dating again and really had no frame of reference as to what a healthy relationship was. The next guy I started dating was also a piece of crap. Basura. But I didn't realize it because he wasn't as bad as my ex-husband. My best friend finally said, just because he's not as bad as whoever doesn't mean he's not a terrible person. That was an eye-opener. Seriously, he's my future. Girl, he literally broke up with you.
Huh.
Yeah. Just show the comments. Seriously, he's my future. Girl, he literally broke up with you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't understand. Maybe she's never seen so I'm trying to come from a place of non-judgment and more understanding. Because me personally, again, my own frame of reference, I don't understand. So actually, no, I dealt with some stuff in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I feel like we all been there.
We did. But I think I'm so far removed from it now, and I get treated like such a pretty little princess that I don't recognize the older behaviors. But I personally think that you could do better. You deserve better. And just because he's not abusive to you, which is what you said in the beginning, because you're trying to justify this behavior to yourself. And just because he doesn't put his hands on you doesn't mean what he's doing is still not emotional manipulation and abuse. It's emotional abuse. That's exactly what it is. So hopefully you and your fur baby have the financial means to leave soon. And I pray your next relationship is better than this one, because nobody deserves to be treated like that. That's terrible.
So does everybody use this platform for a therapist? And we're not therapists.
Yeah. But I think other people, you like to see it from
Relatable situations?
no, like an objective stance. So while you could tell me something, I'm automatically on your side. Does that,
Yeah.
You can tell me some things somebody did to you at work, and because I know and I love you and I feel like I know what your personality is, I automatically don't like that person, and they're in the wrong. Meanwhile, that person has an entirely different view of something, who's going to go say to their friend, and their friend is going to say, no, commentary cutie's wrong. And then they come to Reddit and they're like, actually, everybody sucks. You get what I mean? Like, you need to recognize this. They need to recognize this. Both of you should have done this. It's like kind of like an objection. But I do feel like people use this platform as like a form of therapy. But you also have to realize we're at a point of privilege. Not everybody can afford therapy either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Alright, that was longer than I intended it to be. Okay? Anyway, subscribe. Bye.
Subscribe. Bye.